Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore and this is Pacific Drive. I figured out what the other quirk of my car was. Every time the shifter would switch to park, this front right door would pop open. That one will have been really annoying, so I fixed that, took a mechanic's kit once I got it figured out. Let's see what it says here. The roads will take you home, Henry. The roads will take you home. Listen to me, you know how this place mixes everything up. You see how it doesn't mix up the roads? That's the key. Forget about where the buildings, the trees, or the landmarks are. Stick to the roads. Alright, that's the current fax machine info. And let me see here. I've got a fresh impact hammer in the car. Everything else is prepped here. I have vacuum, crowbar, everything else. I think we're pretty well set for repairs. I've now got a side area as well. I'm bringing this dehydrated gold shell along in case I find some water barrels or something to use it with. And I'm just going out on a basic run out. Oh, I should show you that. I'm just going out to here, E6, to just do a basic thing and to unlock it so that I can see to this area and like. But you may have noticed that this area over here has some weird clouds around it, and that usually means the area is extra unstable, probably has some more hazards, but sometimes it can have some good stuff too, if I remember right. It's been a while. Could be wrong. But yeah, there's different hazards you have to take into account when planning your route. This one though, I'm just doing a quick little outbound, nothing major. Gas is good, everything's good. And we're just gonna head out. And I'm gonna cut here unless something lore-wise comes up, or storyline-wise. But because I expect this run and maybe a couple others after that are just gonna be more gathering resources and opening up areas in the zone. There may be a few new anomalies, but I doubt they'll be like anything we won't encounter on other occasions. Heavy fog. Weather conditions are fog. That should be interesting to see how it goes. I suppose I could have planned out the route a little differently. Like, I could have gone up and around, maybe. But, eh. Just gonna do a quick run for now, I think. Sometimes it's good just to do little ones, so you can get the resources you need and move on. A bunch of little ones, huh? Nothing major. Repair stops. Okay, that's kind of nice. I should be able to get a few resources in the process. Otherwise, unless something majorly interesting pops up, this is going to be a good spot to head in.
Are you kidding me right now? Poppy, you saw it too, didn't you? Tell me you saw it too.
Saw what?
What do you mean, what? Hallucinations, like the ones from 1961. It happened again, just a quick blip, like blinking your... Wait, you didn't see it?
I was in a total blackout. Colossal Cappy fried my systems.
Right, because sending the driver headfirst into Cappy didn't work out like you said it would. Big surprise.
Oh, spare me, Francis. The driver's alive and your remnants verified. Isn't that all you wanted? Now, why are you two yapping about the mass hallucination?
When Cappy amplified the remnant signal, it triggered another hallucination event, but it only lasted 3 seconds this time.
Huh, so really quick. A really quick hallucination.
And not only that, we picked up that its source was northwest of us. Specifically...
Yeah, somewhere in the deep zone.
That's impossible.
been 40 years.
40 years, okay. Well, alright, we got our bit of new lore, and we've got us a new logbook to read. Well, since I'm not kind of here after all, due to that, I'll come it up real quick. This it, anomaly encounters. It was pure nonsense at first. They were often garbled, and the ones we could decipher made no sense. The dates were wrong, and they talked about made-up events, except they weren't made up, you see. It was the gasoline shortage one I remember first, because it was so accurate, we had exactly that shortage 2 weeks later, down to the gallon. Then there was that lost technician. I thought no one would believe me, but my supervisor and I listened to the one which predicted that Baker Boy being dissolved. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. He was right on time. After that, as soon as we had them all deciphered, they stopped. Ooh, that's weird. So, like, these weird future warnings. Funky. Alright. Well, that was our little lore tidbit, and we get to move on. I'm going to...
And that's not all. This hallucination wave that triggered, we picked up its waveform. And turns out it's equal and opposite to the remnant's waveform. They're paired signals. It means they're related. And what's more, if we bring that car to whatever this mass hallucination source is,
We have a chance of nullifying the remnant and
breaking its bond with the driver. A simple destructive interference.
This is insane! After all this time, we find a remnant, a lead on the mass hallucinations of 61, and a possible way to free the driver? Bitch, Francis, because this is the best thing that's happened in decades. Just when things were getting dull.
The remnants. It was a key to the mass hallucination. This whole time.
Yes, and you nearly destroyed it.
I need to go.
This is huge, Francis! We have so much work to do.
I know. I've already pulled every report on the mass hallucination event. Driver, listen, you stay safe out there. We'll report back to you once we've gone through all of this data. There's a lot of it. And be careful. Oppie's not in her right mind, okay? So, watch yourself.
Uh-huh. Well, we got some definite lore there. Maybe now I can cut the episode to whatever next time something happens. We had a lot more happen than I thought we were going to so far for initial starters. I wish that wasn't so close to the road, just because I still... I wish I could grab that. There is 0 time for that. There we go. Those get way too quick with the stamp. My health is low. Okay. That one did not go well in regards to escape plans, but worked out. As you may have seen there, I did a short teleport.
I owe you an apology. I screwed up. I nearly got you killed. The things I used to calculate as easily as turning a screwdriver, they're foggy now. The numbers don't work themselves out like they used to. I haven't been myself for a long time, but I haven't needed to be. It's been me and this cursed place I created and nothing else for decades. But now, knowing that whatever caused the mass hallucination is still out there, I need to know what it is and why the remnants are connected to it. Francis was right about the remnant and the mass hallucination's paired signals. If we can get them together, maybe they'll cancel each other out and you'll be free. It's a shaky theory at best, but it's the only lead we've got for now. You can do nothing and twiddle your thumbs until that remnant drives you mad. Or, if you're willing to work with me, I'll give you the best chance to survive this thing. Think it through. And fix up your car while you're doing it. You'll need to for whatever you decide from here. Are you making use of my fabrication station to fix up that junker? You should while I'm still in the mood to allow it. And there's the test track behind the garage, if you need to take anything for a spin.
Yep, I'm already on it, thanks. I've been doing that. Ooh, new thing. I swear I saw one of those traffic light magnets on top of a massive pile of junk. I swear it was sleeping like a dragon on its hoard. Okay, that's different. Alright, is there anything here we can make that we want to make? Right, at the moment, I do want to get this eventually, but that requires items I don't want to give up right now and don't have some of. Can't do a lot with those. Probably work on some of that. Alright. Anyway, things I can work on. I'll have to work out what the quirks are here, but first, I've got that one still in there. Let's get goodies out of here. Go. And let's see what we have that we can do with these. I built in a better shelf here, by the way, as you can see, for more storage space. Let's put most of this in there. Get the roll here. Oh, it's a very nice one. That's some good stuff I can work with. Don't care about the wood panel decal. That'll break the fabric. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's see what these, I got a few more logbooks that I didn't want to cover yet. I hadn't covered it with you guys yet, so let's do that. Some lab reports. Lab reports 1. Initial trials on the remote battery charger have been extremely encouraging. As predicted, the key mitigating factor is distance. We can only charge in close proximity. Our success here, though limited, does suggest a future in which we can make plugs and connectors obsolete. But for now, the devices we charge still need to be nearby. In the short term, we can find applications for roll-on, roll-off battery recharging in vehicles, anything from cars to light aircraft. Mass proximity charging for handheld devices like radios, and make greater use of larger examples of field portable equipment. However, our ultimate goal still remains to remotely charge a device as far as our line of sight. A car with a flat battery down the road, a cordless power tool half a mile away. Imagine that. That's an interesting concept. Especially since it has some degree of potential founding in some of the stuff we can already do. It appears that a combination of the correct conductive materials, limb-enhanced electromagnetic induction, and a bombardment of electrons can substantially accelerate radioactive decay. So far, the figures suggest we can now accelerate the decay of U-235. Is that uranium? Anyway, by as much as 8%, while our 222, I forget which one that is accelerated by as much as 12%. We remain cautiously... Maybe radium? I don't remember. We remain cautiously optimistic. I don't think it's unrealistic to expect to reach values as high as 20%, which has enormous implications for the future treatment of nuclear waste, not to mention what we can do to mitigate the changes we're experiencing in the zone. Interesting. We got some fun stuff there. And we're making
If you're
progress.
ready to do this with me, here's a spot of good news. We aren't completely helpless when it comes to the instability. Back when the zone was active, we built ways to get where we needed to go. I need you to head back towards Sierra. But don't worry, I won't make you jump into Cappy again.
Sure.
When you're feeling up for it, take the route back to Sierra. I'll tell you what's next once you're there.
Okay, so it looks like our next,
The mass hallucination. I can't believe it happened again. I can't believe I missed it.
I'm kind of surprised that I wonder what we're going to find back here. And do I want to jump into going back there just yet? Or do I want to go somewhere else first? Because I should really work on opening up some more terrain. And I should also probably, like, work up opening more routes. And I should probably just, gather more resources and build up my materials and my vehicle. I've been making slow progress. Something I didn't mention at the start was I've got off-road tires in all 4 locations now, which has been a major help. And I've started getting some items prepped here. Actually, that does remind me, I do want to build a particular item. Where are you? Not that. I still don't have enough electronics for the lightning rod. Okay. Well, things to work towards. I want to get this. This is a thing I can attach on one of the side connectors, and it'll let me, like, charge my battery from when my car gets electrocuted. So at least then I'm getting something out of it. Oh, I have a lot of work to do on my repairs, though, because that exit was a little bit on the rough side. I had to do a manual teleportation. I got a bit stuck on some things going down a slope. If you press T, you can do a short-range jump to unstick yourself, essentially. The downside is it really drains your battery, so it can be super dangerous if you're low on battery already and in a hurry. But, once again, it's still better than, oh gee, I'm stuck here, death. Alright, well, I don't think I've got enough for an episode still, so I'm gonna cut here and add some more on as things open up and story progresses. I think, depending on how I feel about the state of my car, once I finish doing some repairs off camera, I may or may not head for that next story mission. I'm just not quite sure if I'm ready for it. Alright everyone, so I've made some progress here. Car's all fixed up. I think I'm pretty well set to go. Just need to fill up the gas tank one last time before I go to be sure everything's set. Let's check the interesting messages. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's not like I can feed my children colors or radiation. What are they thinking? Okay, so it sounds like someone got sent some really weird stuff. As a care package, maybe? Not sure. Anyway, I've got one quirk on my car that I haven't been able to figure out what exactly it is. Hopefully it's not a serious one. I fixed the one that was another one that was causing a door to pop open. But otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue what this last quirk is supposed to be, or what it might be, what it might cause. Checking around, like, you know, I tried popping all the doors. Things like that. Make sure nothing pops on or off, or weird things happen. Could be a simple one like, I don't know, like something turns weird, or the windshield wiper speed up when you turn left or when you're in the air. Like, some of them can be fairly harmless, but sometimes it can be really annoying things too, like you lose gas while you're skidding, or actually no, I don't know if skidding qualifies as a thing, but like you lose gas faster while you're like in the air or something. It can, or your battery drains extra fast under certain conditions. Things like that can really kill you. But I decided we'll continue on with our main storyline for now. Oh, what is this? Normal area and anomalous clouds. Cloud anomalies are plentiful. Okay. I'm guessing that means those weird areas which like just cover part of the map and cause all sorts of weird stuff to happen. But I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it sounds like it could be interesting. Also, as you can see, I redid a bunch of the panels, and they're all steel panels now instead of crude ones. I've got all-terrain vehicle tires. Did a lot of upgrading with the things we picked up on that last run. And hopefully whatever this quirk is I have discovered will come back to haunt me. Also installed the handbrake ability, which I had for a while. I just forgot to actually give it an activation point, which is now control. Let's check out this anomalous cloud. I think that'll be a good touch, and chances are, since we're headed towards our objective, we'll probably get at least one video clip from the usual suspects chatting in. I'm not even sure what we're going to this next place for exactly. What's up with that? Oh, I thought that was on my map. Is the actual indicator. Ah, wow. I've fallen for that once or twice where it threw me off. It took me this long to realize.
Oh, and about those anomalies, I don't recommend you spend much time around them. Unless you've got a death wish, in which case, be my guest. When we're all dead and gone, and limb technology but a footnote in the history books, the anomalies will remain. They're the legacy of our work here, and the Olympic Peninsula belongs to them now.
The Olympic Peninsula is all theirs, you say? Alright, now watch out for tourists. Alright, let me stop here for one sec. Because I see some yellow barrels, and I think I had a seed in here. There was a dehydration one. So, there we go. Easy fix. Radius motor sign. Alright. And beige paint. Okay, it's on my list of things to probably drop it. It looks like I need rope. Because I don't care about the paint as much. But those things could be useful. Is that everything I need? I think we're good. Got some weird noises going on out there. I'm not sure I like that. Alright. Let's drive up here.
Beautiful weather for a hike, isn't it?
I would say no. I'd prefer not to hike in the rain. Let's see what you got, just in
Treasures
case.
for your scrap. No, that's not quite catchy enough.
Side floodlights, plasma charger. Light replacement. I have nothing to trade
Fine
you.
then.
Sorry. You don't have anything that really sticks out for me, and I have nothing
Don't let
you...
the grabby bits bite. Some of them are really hard to get off. And some of them are dirty but juicy.
I feel like I should be worried about that line of verse there. Wonder what grabby bits he's referring to, and... That was a nice chain of explosions. Grab my impact hammer again. Let's see if anything good comes off. Could always use some more. And it looks like it's just bits of plastic. Yeah. I was hoping to get, with all of those tourists there, I was really hoping to get at least a little something. Scan this thing. Yeah, I scanned it. Got us another steed. Let's grab that real quick since we're over here. Thanks. Productive, huh? Well, how handy I have an electrical anomaly sitting right here. The question is, can I get this in here with enough to zap it off without zapping myself? Go. And neon big dance sign. Heel paint. Alright, and a few other ditties. They may just be basic decorations, but cosmetics and whatnot, but hey, still fun to grab them sometimes. That energy, both for research purposes and for teleporting out of here when everything's said. Okay. Let's head up here, grab these goodies. Looks like I'll have to turn around and go back the way I came, more or less, in order to get out. But I shouldn't pass up the opportunity to raid this place for supplies while I'm here. Oops. Go. Something shy. Oh, it's in the wrong direction though. I have to try for it. Alright everyone, I'm making a risky move. They already started to collapse around me. I'm on my way to the Sierra area. As you can see, here comes the radiation wave. But we see that purple marker on my map. That's some good stuff coming in. So we're gonna brace for some radiation poisoning and try to make a hit on this drop point before the real collapse comes in. I think we still got a few minutes left before that happens. Oh boy, look at that. Look at that beauty. Okay. Just gonna do that. We have to hurry because we are being nuked. Let's see if we can scan it. Come on. Payload. Open up the payload. What have we got? Off-road tire. Scrapper. I'm more concerned with all these other goodies. Let's take that. And let's take that. Off-road tire and scrapper. I'll just leave those. They're not worth grabbing. Don't care about the wood decal. Alright. That's everything there. We've got some rare resources. Swamp coral's not an item we usually get until the second zone. So, real nice payoff. Okay. Road-wise, we go there, and we can work from that. We have to get out of here. We're burning a lot of resources for our cars, our health, the gas, and battery. Let's get moving back out of the radiation zone. We should be able to drive fast enough to get back inside the non-collapsed area and make progress towards the exit before the full collapse starts setting in. The one that scrambles us that does real damage. Like, the radiation is doing damage. You can see my car's bits and pieces not reacting great. But it's nothing compared to if we got hit by the full brunt of everything. I don't like that sound. Did we lose something? No, let's get further in before I do that. Ooh, storm. Okay, that's not good. Tree there. I don't care about the tree seeds right now. I have enough of those, and I don't have enough. The only thing I'm caring about right this second is if my side storage did not slip off, which is why I was worried had just happened when I heard that noise. Alright, back in the car. We must go. We must go very fast. We'll worry about repairing once we get to the next zone. Especially since the next zone is perpetual. A perpetual stability zone because it's a story zone. Meaning bad things won't happen until we get to a certain point. In whatever storyline they've got planned out for that. Okay, we're here. Next stop. We need to cut down here. We need to go right. I like to mark the area on the map just to make sure I don't get turned around. Because being turned around is bad for my health. There's one of those anti-car zones right there. Let's see if we can cut around it. Enough to not be zapped. Those anti-car anomalies was in the road. I saw the black mist of grumpiness radiating from it. Alright, we're good, we're good. Woo! Lovely weather today. Totally not trying to kill us. Some here. Alright, we're out of that. Next is there should be a step a little to the left here. Should be able to cut a little bit of zone out. Get back. Right, this road stops. Great. Lucky road aside. Progress, good. Way around. Past that. Back onto the dirt road. For the sake of not killing my tires, hopefully. Never mind, we're going off-road. I noticed sometimes the anomalies really like to cling to the roads. I think it's just part of the design of the whole... Oh, I hit it. I think it's part of the design of the whole thing to make sure you encounter them. It also maybe depends on the nature of the specific anomaly involved. Because some anomalies tend to be more just wherever. I can't turn properly. This wind is getting in my way of driving in the direction I need to drive. And there are weird anomalous things flying past my head. Okay, we're almost out. Ooh, don't flip the car. Don't flip the car. Alright, perpetual stability, here we come. Whew, that was a little bit of a rough exit, but we got a hold of a payload. It didn't have as much good stuff in it as I was hoping it would, but all things considered, it had a good bit of resources overall. Like a few med kits, those will save me having to craft a few things. And I don't know, I didn't get a good chance to really account for what we had. Let's just pull up in here and park. I need to repair my car anyway.
There's a whole lot standing between where we are and the deep zone. Like another wall, and the entire mid-zone, for starters. It's not as simple as driving there. We can't control the instability any more than we can control the weather.
Alright. First, let's look at
At the
what
height
we
of
have.
LIM R&D, thousands of us lived and worked here in the zone. So we built LIM stabilizers to make certain sectors and roads a little more predictable than others. It was the only way we could operate as a live research compound despite the instability. And yes, the same technology that destabilized the landscape in the first place. LIM technology was always a double-edged sword from the beginning.
Lovely. Love it. Love it when our technology is what's causing half the problem. Or the entirety of the problem. Alright. Let's drop that. Put that in there. Let's get some repairs
We're going
done.
to put those stabilizers to work and clear you a path. The old observation towers surrounding Sierra Mortar have a map of the stabilizers in that sector. Mind swinging by and finding one?
Ah, so that's why we're back in here. Okay, looking for a stabilizer map. That was to then go to a stabilizer I was doing and use it. And I will tell you, each zone has its own quirks. Like, this area, we have a couple different terrain bits in this sector, but the middle zone has its own terrain and weird quirks, and then the inner zone, where it's really dangerous, has its own as well. It's so funky. This game throws so much at you. Yeah, I brought a lot of repair putty along and found some in the payload. That's one of the things I was very happy to find. Even though I may need half this repair putty just because of going to the payload, it still pays off, ultimately. Okay, that's there, that's there. Yeah, we got some healing. I don't really need the heavy healing right now. Use light healing. Let me take a look at where we're at. Okay, so that's where we need to head. I'll cut along that road, go that way, and grab that energy while we're there. Okay, I have a theory. No? This drenching rain is not enough to rehydrate me dehydrated. Oh well, it was worth it. And if I need to make more room, I can easily just drop some materials because I did bring an extra impact hammer and pry bar, expecting to use it. Let's look at the SSR meeting minute while I've got you here. Where are you? Meeting minutes 2. Agenda: how best to classify and store SSR equipment and journals. Suitable social clubs for meetings that will not exclude Dr. Ophelia Turner. Arising concerns: the SSR lacks formal structure. Country clubs, academies, golf venues, etc. off limits to Dr. Ophelia Turner. Action items: Dr. Ophelia Turner shall be responsible for storing and maintaining SSR equipment. Dr. Reginald Stanley Robinson shall be responsible for minute taking and record keeping. AOB: local cider tasting courtesy of Dr. Henry F.W. Mulligan. So, given the time setting of some of this, I'm not sure if some of the exclusion of Dr. Ophelia Turner is due to the general men and women segregation that was going on at the time in like some of America's earlier history, or if it's due to people just not liking Dr. Turner. He does seem to come across as a bit abrasive. So, yeah. What to really do with this storm not trying to murder me? Let's see. Right here, and then keep me on the road more or less while avoiding most of the issues. I even enjoy my view of Colossal Cappy while I'm here because of the storm blocking my view. That is a shame. Alright, well everyone, I'm going to cut it here, I think. Until the next... Yeah, you know, we're really close. We're not even going to cut it. Because we're just going to get over here and have this next break. Yeah. Alright, any goods? Floral... Astropunk Red. I'm not familiar with that color. I don't really care about the floral decal. Oh, and so you may have wondered why I got out to check if this was still attached. I have had one of my storage units fall off once. I had a roof one in my old game, during my original playing of the game, some long time ago. My roof one slipped off without my realizing it, and I lost so much. Plus the whole attachment being lost kind of sucked. Because that cost resources, all the stuff I had in it was lost, which meant who knows how much. I don't even remember it now, like how many good things I had that I didn't have any. I had to replay. Alright. We did the undercarriage, right? Ram our way sometimes. But the suspension's good. Yeah. Who knows? I guess it must be pretty good, actually, considering the amount of weight we can put on this car. And still have... Ooh, I almost had it. That comes across way worse if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. We're going to brake here. I'm going to run over and grab that. goods. Gimme. We're gonna grab this, and then we'll make our way over to the point we need to get with everything. Or the story progression. Maybe not have everything blow up in my face. Wait. Yeah, okay. Mark that spot. Let's just walk there. Safer than trying to drive my car over this mountain or up this mountain, as the case may be, because it looks like that might be right up at the top. Ah, good. The storm cleared. That makes things so much easier.
The towers are locked up tight, but you can tighten up security protocols all day, only for one disgruntled employee to program in his name for fun and mess it all up. Anyway, the overload code is 4735. Find that stabilizer map and scan it for me.
Oh boy. I was assigned to clean these towers out every time the guards rotated. And things I saw. Let's just say that keeping a watch on Sierra day in and day out did not make for a good time. I didn't envy those guards one bit.
Makes me wonder what this anomaly does to people long term, because because it looks like they had quite the observation point. I'm so glad I don't have to remember the code; it just auto puts it in. At the same time, it's designed a way it will have prevented me from coming up here earlier if I had explored and found the spot. What is that? Here for road flare? Not worth it. Alright, where's my map? In here. Ah, here we go. Stabilizer map. And
I got it. I'm overlaying the map with the available routes near you.
oh, good.
There you go. Found 3 sector stabilizers that'll do the job. They're not too far, so I've added the location to your route. The access road will lead you straight there once you're ready.
Oh, guess we're getting a third bit of this road trip after all. We're not leaving just yet. At least it sounds like it. Excuse me? Siren Head? Let's get back to my car. Alright, let's take a gander at what our objective is. Yep, okay, we gotta move on to the next area. That's nice, and all, but, ooh, a gas station. A repair station anywhere on here? No. Alright, well, we can cut up here, drop at the gas station, get goodies. I can run over and grab those, work on that. So, yeah. Let's take the partial break off. There's the achievement, by the way, if you do that enough. But trying to drive without removing the parking brake, that's not. As you may have guessed from the number of times I've tried to drive without removing the parking brake. It didn't take. Well, it took longer than I expected it to, obviously, considering the number of times I did that. That's interesting. Refrigerator. Ah, yes, I'm gonna trust this food. Totally edible. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna cut here unless something interesting happens, because I just don't think there's gonna be anything else until we get to the next zone. Unless they decide to start talking again. Any second, guys? Before I cut? No? Okay. Alright, everyone. We got a second area we're headed to. Well, I guess the third area we're headed to on our trip, but second area for this story segment. And And this is another perpetual stability zone, it looks like. At least until we do something. I'm surprised that last zone didn't start collapsing once we got the map. But, that's how this game works sometimes. Sometimes the perpetual stability is truly perpetual. And sometimes it's not. I do find it funny that the area with the giant anomaly has been consistently perpetual, though. Its stability. I guess the idea being that the anomaly itself is stabilizing everything.
The woods there can be a bit of a maze. If you get lost, follow the pipes. The limb tech in those stabilizers ran so damn hot, only more limb tech could contain it from complete meltdown.
Huh. Okay, looks like we have 3 objectives. We have to go turn on a 3 link stabilizers to create I guess a stable channel through the mid zone. If I'm understanding our objective here correctly.
It's my turn to give you an explanation about the mass hallucination event that Tobias and Francis were going on about. But don't worry, I won't be nearly as long-winded, because there honestly isn't much that we know about it. It happened on the morning of September 14th, 1961. My colleague, Dr. James Kay, was conducting experiments at a highly classified site in the D zone. He was assisted by my husband, Dr. Alan Turner. At 0400, their experiment unleashed a gamma-ray surge that instantly killed both of them. The surge was an impossible amount of energy, orders of magnitude greater than any man-made source. It also triggered hallucinations in anyone awake within a 10-mile radius. It was a burst of widespread insanity, but only for a short moment.
Huh. Why are there men just popping around? There's something swirly? Hold on. Let's see if we can get close enough to get a scan. Is that just part of the Minuteman thing, or is that something else? Come back here, I need a scan you. So those are just the Minuteman things. So that... Oh, that's a new anomaly. And... Tackling Crawler. Okay, cool. New anomaly achieved. Now to not be electrically tied. Oh, that we did. Alright, back to our car. I'm betting that'll be a good one to have scanned for various research purposes, and also just because I can. This thing covers quite a distance. Please don't go near my car. There it is. Nice. I'll go with these. Lab reports 6. Lab report 6 says, I need your help. Read through the data, look at the numbers. I've checked out every equation, every result. The batteries were consistent. The quality of the materials were pure, and yet nothing on paper could really truly explain the disparity in the results. The fact is, the materials in Chamber A were exposed for longer than those in Chamber B, despite the experiment running for the same exact amount of time. Please, I beg you. I'm at my wit's end. Help me find an explanation. Hurry, we've already deployed a dozen setups like this. They're already running out in the field. I fear if we don't get ahead of this, it's going to be bad. I don't know what that's about, but it sounds like something came up with some unexpected results after they put it into field implementation. That's usually not considered a good thing to do if my understanding of general science practices is even remotely accurate. Alright, we've got that. Yep, I'm gonna take that, and swap them for those. Mostly because let's also take that and that. Yeah, I want to take the more precious materials and store them in here because of the fact that they're less likely to get lost inside my car compared to outside, on the edge of it. No, on want that one. Let's take that one out. Put that. Okay, now we're good. I think with how we want things. That there, toss that in there. Do need to heal. And how's my car's status? I need to fix a few things real quick while we've got a moment of stability. Just grab this and yeah, don't want my headlights being broken. Oh, accidentally tapping the right mouse button and the throw or drop things type of situation there. And there we that should do it. Happy with that. Okay, let's get this done. Now we need to take a right here, head up there. Avoid being electrocuted if we can. Alright, they seem to disappear after a little bit. Yeah, okay. Coming up on my turn. Right here. Maybe I'll run that collar. Alright. Over this way. There we go. Alright. I'm guessing that tower over there is our target. Well, one of them. Pretty cool looking. These also be one of the sources of where all these pipes are going to or coming from. Ooh. A little rough. Let's see what we're dealing with here. How do we turn this baby on? And why wasn't it on in the first place? Is another really good question, I feel. Okay, easy to get in. Part of supplies.
You know, 30 seconds of hallucinations sure didn't feel short when I was free falling through outer space. Heck of a ride, though. Did you know the rings of Saturn sing?
I saw disembodied arms. Tons of them. They were grasping and crawling and
And, what about you, Alfie? What did you see?
I saw nothing.
How is that possible? Everybody else saw something.
Must have passed me by. I don't know what to tell you.
But were you working in your lab that night?
And weren't you supposed to be doing your research rather than keeping track of my whereabouts?
Okay. Wow. Touchy.
Alright. I'm glad I found some lead shielding. One, because I need a ton of lead for various elements, and also because I hadn't scanned them the first time I saw them. I forgot to scan them. And I need that in order to, I needed them scanned in order to unlock some research I wanted. I forget what it was exactly right at the moment, but there was something that I can't research until I had it scanned. So, yay. Alright. One down. I think we'll hit this one next. And then we'll make for this last one, which should put us right, if we park our car right there, we should be able to get it and be lined up really well for just getting out of here. Because I remember, I doubt they've changed it in the recent updates.
Now that we know the remnants were connected to the mass hallucination, maybe we can figure out what caused it.
boy, oh boy, do I have theories.
Don't start. Dr. K and Allen clearly uncovered some new way of using LIM to motivate that gamma ray burst.
Oh, yes, precisely. And where do gamma rays come from? But outer space.
Feedback on planet Earth, kid. There are plenty of terrestrial sources of gamma rays. Thunderstorms, for example.
No. You said it yourself. The energy levels from that night are much greater than anything we've seen on Earth.
Sure, but going straight to aliens when there's countless perfectly scientific possibilities. Perhaps Dr. K and Allen developed a limb-assisted mass particle collision. Or, heck, tapped into some sort of gamma ray reservoir.
I took the
A
wrong road.
reservoir? Or a portal?
A portal. To where exactly?
To Atlantis.
Of course! Now, why didn't I think of that? That's absolutely it.
I'm starting to think we know who made the theory notes we've been finding. Mr. Aliens from Outer Space. I suspect he's the one who's been spouting out some of the more interesting theories we found record. Alright. Since I've already took this road a bit more than I meant to, we're just going to keep on it and follow it along towards our next. But I know for a fact from previous playthroughs, unless, of course, like I said, they really changed something up, that as soon as I activate all 3 towers, this place is going to collapse. It's going to collapse hard. And the first time I played this game, I made some mistakes, you might say. Namely, I just got out of my car and ran everywhere to get these done. These are really fun, because you touch them, and then you... for a while. And your car will do the same thing, which can be good or bad. But, yeah. So imagine being well away from your car, like a good distance away from your car, gathering resources, doing things, mind your own business. You finally are like, yeah, let's push the button and activate this last power. And then it's like, cool, the place is collapsing. And I have to run across, like, the map, or half the map, to get to my car, to jump in, to get to an exit portal, before I get nuked. Yeah, that was an interesting time. Do not recommend doing it again. Alright, let me go right here. That should line us up about where we want to be. I'll just run to this second one. Almost through the worst of it there to get to where we want to be. Yes. Ooh. This is flowing, like, this game is moving really smoothly for a game that has, like, all of this going on at once. Like, all of these anomalies causing trouble, holding positions, and all of the other things going on that could be, you know, taking up my computer's ability to do things. Plus, I'm recording while we do this. Alright, we are going to park my car right here, turn it around. Just right here. Looks safe. Seems like a good spot. We'll grab some resources, then just my backpack. Yeah, we'll grab some resources, and then we will run over to that other tower, and then we'll run back and then activate this tower. May take a little bit, and may seem a little odd, but it'll be the best layout, I think, for me to have a moderately clear run to go from here out of here. Alive. Alright. More lead. So much lead. There's a giant pile of things I want to both build and research that require me to have heaps of lead on hand. Fair buddy. Go. That's a worthwhile find. Okay. Next, drop this stuff in my car just so I don't have to carry it all. Back, and that way I have room to grab more things while I'm over at the other tower. And then we'll work from there. Drop that. Drop that. Why are these two separate? There. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. Healed up. That way I can store those. I'll keep that on me in case I find a water source. Alright, we're just gonna book it now. Nice thing with being on foot is I should be able to cover most of this ground. Okay, this hill may be a problem to come back over here. Hard to say. It has a pretty steep slope, but we can go around if we need to. Excuse me? Ooh, different bunny. A bolt bunny. I think I could use this to charge my car battery, potentially. But it also will probably cause damage to my car if I don't have a thing to balance it out. Lots of arrows here. I should check these real quick for chemicals. That requires something I don't have on me right now. That one does too. Bummer. These places that have good stuff will require a lot of expensive things to get to. That makes sense in some cases, but at the same time, yeah. Got that. Well, no chemicals for me, it looks like. Oh, wait. Need more of those. They're a rarer resource than I like. And I use chemicals for a lot of things, besides various projects, and a few construction things, if I remember right. The main thing I use chemicals for is creating more repair putty, which is important for, well, obvious reasons. That's I was curious if I could do something to it. I can kind of smack it with the with my crowbar, but can't really do much of anything about that. Look at these trees. There's a pretty good spread of what you can see here. Lovely terrain. Nice when you can actually see it. Like, you guys haven't seen dark nights yet in this game because I've got that feature turned off. But if you leave the normal dark nights on, oh boy, is it hard to see anything. I can't go up this hillside. And I can't see with much in these tree lines. Going around, there we go. Alright, now we're up. Another one of these. I'm not going to take it because I don't have the space for it. I'm kind of debating just dropping the one I've got right now because I can't seem to find a water source to drop it in. Does this count? Nope. Yeah, you don't. I don't need it. I'd rather have the inventory space for grab a better one of these before I left. Or, some good ones, they're more likely to be. And there we go. Wait, can I just make one? No. Okay, I actually have to do it at a workbench. Okay. Oh well. I didn't pay attention to that, but no matter. We're here. We can activate this, grab any goodies lying around that we feel like grabbing, and skedaddle back to our car. More story?
Hey, Oppie, you've never cared about any of the zone's stories and superstitions. So, why now? What's in this for you?
What I do is not and has never been any of your business.
You're asking us to trust you, so yes, it's our business now.
How about this? You two sign off and count orbs or whatever it is you like to do, and I'll get the driver to the mass hallucination source myself.
Excuse me?
No. Tobias found this
I
remnant.
just-
This is his discovery.
Sure. And I'll send you a nice gift basket to mark the occasion. But I won't let anyone interfere with this.
As I recall, the reason she's so obsessed about not letting anyone interfere with this is
To hell
because
with that. We either throw everything we can at this thing, or we lose this chance, and the answers to the mass hallucination are gone forever.
This isn't like one of your little Sasquatch hunts. I'm not letting you get your tinfoil pseudoscience anywhere near this. This is too damn important to me.
It sure didn't seem too important earlier when you messed up and nearly killed the driver.
You want to play that game? You really want to talk about our track records?
Screw you, Oppie.
I'd rather run this remnant into the ground than work with either of you.
Oh, forget it. We're wasting our breath with this old bat. There's gotta be another way.
She's out of her mind. I can't do this.
Look, if you want to waste your precious time picking apart bird droppings and squinting at constellations, by all means, follow their lead. But we're better off without them, trust me. I'll get you through no matter what.
yeah, the reason she is so bent on government. Okay, that's the thing.
This really is my last chance.
She's so bent on this because her husband was the primary researcher, well, the ones that they think died when everything went super wrong. And I think she's had when the mass hallucinations happened, she saw him. And so she's, as you might guess, hoping to find a way to get him back. Or find out if he's still actually alive out there. Theories. So there's these things flying around in the zone at night. I know for a fact they're all robot owls. The thing is, like real owls, they're all mocking us. The reason they put up these big walls is because the owls use a kind of infrasound, low frequency stuff, and so you don't quite hear it, but it gets into your subconscious. They mock you, and you feel bad about yourself. You walk around feeling like you should have tried harder to be a baseball player, or that you bought the wrong shoes. So those walls block the infrasound. Thing is, it's actually really tragic because the walls absorb the bad vibes and then they feel sad themselves. Go on, ask them. Okay. Yes, let's ask the walls if they feel bad. Right. Moving on. Got a lot of goods. We got a lot of really nice resources. And we are pretty much ready to duck on out of here and head back to base. Just gotta push this last button and jump in the car and skedaddle before we all die. Let's see here. We got all these. Yeah. Not worth going back for the other lead plating right now, so button it is. Any more talking you guys want to do while we're trying not to die here? Okay. Last one's activated.
All right, we're in business.
Stabilizers are coming online, and the way looks clear, but I'm also getting spikes.
Oh, sure. They made that one.
The stability in your region is tanking. Get out of there.
I was hoping I'd
Fast.
be able to pick. Well, that's a problem. Okay, if I go down the slope and cut through that tunnel, I think is my best bet for speed. Then that I did not remember is that they don't tell me, they don't give me an option to pick my exit. They just say get out, and then do this method. All right, do this. Don't go too fast. Don't dip over. Don't skid out. Good, good, good. Need to turn left. Need to turn left more. Need to boogie this way. Ooh, bad stuff is coming and coming fast. There's my target. Just have to not get. Okay, whoa, we hit there. This is not good. My lights on. Just in case there's anything in the tunnel. Looks like it's clear though. Alright, my tires are holding up good. If those gave out on me right now, that would be real sad. Why am I not going faster? Yeah, improve my. I need to get a better engine. This thing is not fast enough. Ah, there's a good thing, but I have no time for that. There's a goodie, but I am not getting that goodie because there is no time without dying to get that extra payload payout. Annual fatigue? Hold on a sec. All car components suffer wear and tear, but this is even more pronounced in the zone. Eventually, almost every component is going to need replacing. Sometimes all you can do with a worn-out part is to dispose of it. So you're saying some piece of my car probably just broke permanent, and I'm just gonna have to truck it out and get it. Cool. I'll figure it out once I get back to base and I'm not imminently in peril of perishing. You little... Yeah. Fine. I'm getting electrocuted. Better than dying horribly just because I can't get over here. Yep. Alright. That's not what I thought it was. Alright. Moving on. We're just good. Alright. Story progression. Really good story progression so far. We're getting a lot from these guys. And we are now making major headway towards getting into the secondary, the middle zone.
Nice work out there. The sector stabilizers are fully operational. You've got a straight shot toward the expansion wall. One more thing. You may want to consider armoring up a bit. Once you cross that wall, the mid-zone is another beast altogether.
Yeah, that it is. Alright. Well, I have a lot of repairs to do. Probably some more quirks to find and fix. Here in the zone, you can be a new person. What you've done before doesn't matter when your world is falling apart. Arda was so desperate to hire, they couldn't be picky. How else would I have ended up here? Okay, makes you wonder who they hired. Anything major here? Still don't have enough chemicals, which really sucks. So I can't get that, which is a nice repair station, basically, for items while I'm gone. So if I have one set of items I can have repairing while I'm out, and then I can swap them out for the ones I wore out while I was gone. But not right now. What was it that I wanted to research that I couldn't before? A trunk in a trunk. I need unstable energy for that. But that, I believe, opens up more trunk space in for my storage. Advanced Workbench 2. What do I need for Advanced Workbench 2? Probably some unstable energy and something else. Oh, whatever's over here. Can't tell. Alright. I remember what I wanted to make. Where are you? Where are you? Lightning Rod. I've finally got enough electronics for it. So we're gonna stick you on here. There we go. And I think our next best bet is to build some more paneling. Alright, a seat rack would be good for some things. If I do one more side rack. Put it on this side. I can make another side storage. Again, pushing the wrong buttons. And then that'll make carrying everything around a lot easier once I have that extra storage space. Plus it opens things up for some other options in the near future. One more there. I can make a roof rack, which would actually be really good. I should make that. Need more steel sheets. I can make that. Gear, steel sheet. That should do it. Not like I'm not gonna need them, so might as well make some extras. Okay, let's make a roof rack. This will be able to hold a lot of bigger items in the future. Let's put this one towards the top. Looks like I can get a second roof rack at some point. And yeah, what do I need for a better engine? Advanced Workbench, that's right. I'm awake. Been a long day. And let's make one of these seat racks. So what these do is they go inside my car in here. So I could put like an extra gas tank or an extra battery pack in there. Both of which can be very helpful. I'm definitely going to want to improve on my battery life because it feels like we've been having some issues. Hydro battery being converted into electricity as the acid and heavy metals sometimes present within the zone's rainfall are being so utilized. So probably don't drink the water. Alright, so if I built that and put it on a side rack, I'd essentially have a rain collector that gains power from all this weird stuff in the water. Is using a large propeller, wind energy, or this one which would take advantage of windy areas. Which one's more like rain or wind? Or solar? Options. Well, let's get the side battery unlocked, just so I have the schematic. I don't really want to put a side battery on. I have better uses for my side areas than that. But, lead acid battery, unlock the seat rack. Yep, I can get that. I don't have enough I don't have energy to just research some of this. Well, let's do the hydro. And don't have room for it right now. I need one more side rack. I don't think I have enough energy to get it. No, I don't. I am out of energy. But for the future, we have options to customize our car more now. Lots of research got done. Looks like our next objective is to head to this area over here, which I think I have to unlock a few more zones to find the connector to it, because that's our passage through. But that's fine. I should probably take some time to gather more resources anyway. And I think this is a good spot to end this episode now that we've actually gotten some mission objectives done. I've got to do a lot of editing. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with new releases if you haven't done so already. I have to go do a lot of work around my garage as well. And decorating. Yeah, all sorts of things. Lots of intermediary things that I feel like none of you care to watch. Me just repair the car, probably. Alright. Have a good night. Bye.